inside the ballpark, everybody. It's time for another edition, a chilly edition of TinChattin, a bundled up Mike Maahs. I am Justin Prince. Mike, last week we came bearing good tidings. This week, we've not come bearing good tidings. The TinCaps have not won since we last spoke. They are 0-3 here to start this series. They have lost 8 of their last 9 ball games, Mike.
Yeah, it's not been a pretty sight.
No.
Coal in the stockings instead of presents. And I think one thing the TinCaps would like to see is a supply of active and working bats.
Yeah.
Not to mention better pitching.
Yeah, the bats woke up for a little bit today at least. We finally saw Joshua Mears hit another home run. That was a mammoth home run. I said it on the broadcast. I think it was up in the air. It seemed like for like 14 seconds, but it was only probably 5 or 6. But we saw him hit a 2-run shot. We saw Jackson Merrill lead off the inning with a double. And then Carlos Luis hit an RBI double. Lucas Dunn walked in the inning. Like, it was a good inning. We've seen spurts of it, but it just hasn't been consistent. And I feel like that's been a theme with this team so far.
Well, I put together some numbers after the game tonight being Thursday night. And during this 9-game stretch, the 3 with Great Lakes, the 6 with Peoria, the TinCaps have scored a combined 32 runs in 9 games.
Yep.
They've collected 52 hits. They've committed 8 errors. They've left 60 runners on base, 40 at Peoria, 20 in 3 games against Great Lakes. And with runners in scoring position, the opportunity to get some runs, to get a lead or come back, they're 4 for 24 against Great Lakes. They were 11 of 47 against Peoria. Combine it, that's 15 for 71. Just over 20%.
Yeah, just not getting those timely hits,
No.
Especially with guys in scoring position, and that's been the Achilles heel of this offense so far through a lot of the season. Is when and first off, we haven't seen this team hit a lot as it has been. Haven't been outside of a couple of games where they've had 7, 8, 10 hits. This team hasn't racked up a lot of hits during games, and so when they've gotten guys on base, they failed to capitalize, and that's why they're now sitting 4-14, which is worse in the Midwest League.
Yeah, it is, and there's still over 100 games to play.
Yeah,
I mean, but you can only say that for so long.
Yeah.
There's only 4 wins here, almost 3 weeks into the season. Something has got to change. The offense has got to come to life. They've got to get the hits when they're needed the most with runners on base. Yeah. And the bullpen, in all honesty, has to pitch better.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. Honestly, right now, like the offense isn't the only thing sputtering for this team right now, and I think a lot of it can be said for some of it being the pitchers are feeling like they have to make the perfect pitch every single time because the offense isn't getting them some runs. But at the same time, we've got a 4.80 staff ERA. Yeah. And a 5.65 ERA from relievers for the Fort Wayne TinCaps this year, and that's just not cutting it. Like we said, we saw this team get out to a 4-0 lead here tonight, Thursday night. Victor Lizarraga gives up a 2-run shot in the 6th, and he gets pulled. But then the rest of the bullpen proceeds to give up 4 runs there over the final 3 innings to end up sealing what was another loss. So the back end of this pitching rotation and this pitching staff has really been an issue, and they've yet to find some consistency back there.
Yeah, they need a closer, and they need, if not 1 or 2 setup men, and they need to find them fast so that they can take some pressure off the hitters. It's always the game, and we both know it. The hitters, when you don't hit, it's more pressure on the pitchers.
Yeah.
And when the pitchers can't get the ball over the plate and get batters out, that's more pressure on the hitters to have to produce. And you've got to find a happy medium at some time to get this thing going and get it in the right direction. There is hope. There have been times we have seen glimpses of potential greatness, but there's got to be more of it. And they got to become more consistent.
Yeah. 2 games left here for the rest of this week, Saturday and Sunday. And then, Mike, they hit the road for Lake County. Before we get there, though, Mike, it is NFL Draft Weekend.
Yes.
We're not going to go back to your fun little obstacle course out in left field. Field. We're not there at that point yet. That's for Colts
Yet.
at bat in a couple of weeks, Mike. Don't worry. That clip will never die.
Yes, it won't. It won't.
But, Mike, it's NFL draft weekend here.
Yes.
To get a little bit more on the fun side of things, we've seen guys like Trey Turner, Torrey Hunter,
Yep.
Jake Peavy, LaTroy Hawkins, you name it, they've come through here. Fernando Tatis for some of the more recent ones. You give me your number one overall pick.
You put the gun to my head. The one person that I would pick, and you just mentioned him, Trey Turner.
Okay.
Trey Turner, what a half he played for us when he came here, and he was a number one draft pick of the Padres. And look what he's done. Of course, he got traded, but look what he's done for Washington. Look what he's done for the Dodgers. Look what he's doing now for the Phillies.
Yeah.
Look what he did for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic.
Yes.
Trey Turner came here. He was a shortstop when he was here, primarily a shortstop today, but he's also played some center field. And he not only can hit, he can field, he can run, and he leads by example. He would be the number one guy I would pick of everyone over the years here in Fort Wayne.
Okay, I like that. I'm going to go a little bit of a different route than you. I was obviously not here for him, but just growing up and watching a guy like Torrey Hunter, Mike, I got to go with Torrey Hunter. Just seeing him play all the years of baseball that he did. I mean, he's a 5-time All-Star, 9-time Gold Glove winner, guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame someday. One of the guys that I remember watching on TV growing up, and you just saw him. He seemed like he was in every highlight when it came to something with center field. If I remember right, I think he had, it was the 2002 All-Star game in Milwaukee.
That's what I'm thinking.
Rob Barry Bonds of a home run in the All-Star game, the first year that ballpark was up and active. It was Miller Park at the time, now American Family Field, but that's the one that sticks out in my mind. Barry Bonds picking him up over his shoulder afterwards, and just seeing the joy he played baseball with made me growing up wanted to play with that same joy. And so I got to go with Torrey Hunter for my simple, just for and Trey Turner's not a bad pick, but just for the career he had, I got to go with Torrey Hunter.
Torrey Hunter played left field for the Fort Wayne Wizards in 1994.
Not a bad left fielder.
Left field. And you knew he was going to be, if not great, really good.
Yeah. All right, looking ahead to next week now. We've had our fun.
Yes.
They've got Lake County on the road for 6, their first trip over to the Cleveland area for the year, Mike.
Lake County right now in the fight for first place in the Eastern Division. But it's an opportunity again. It's a division rival. You have 6 games, weather permitting. It's a chance for the TinCaps to turn things around a bit.
Yep, absolutely. That's going to do it for another edition of TinChattin. Mike's getting cold. Here you go. I'll help you out, Mike. There. He's getting a little chilly. So, hey, he's Mike Maahs. I'm Justin Prince. We're back same time, same place next week. Eliza and I are back in more in the locker room right after this break.